pretty hazy day today. I was kind of hoping it would burn off a little bit more than it has already, but I was planning on going out anyway. Might as well. Back to the Hudson. I'm on Canal Street, which used to be an actual canal, if I'm remembering my history correctly. They dug the canal to drain the collect pond after it had gotten poisoned and toxified by industrial waste. It didn't work, so they just filled in the canal. Now it's a street. Now this thing's just haunting me. It's like hanging out in my nightmares and popping up all over the place. I'm just kidding, it's not that bad. I mean, it's kind of bad, but it's not that bad. So the idea today was to pick up where we left off along the Hudson River Park and keep going up a little bit further. Which is why it makes sense that we are starting out here, kind of where we left off. With that AT&T building in the background there. This tiny park is Tribeca Park, which is where we are, Tribeca. At this point, I haven't really done any continuations, so it's kind of weird to get off the subway and be in like the same place that I was the last time I did one of these. Oh look, it's the Ghostbusters place again. Moving on. Down in this neighborhood with a lot of older warehouse style buildings, and a bunch of them have old cast iron facades. It's pretty cool. Lots of detail, and they're beautiful in an industrial kind of way. Boxed water may be better, but you still got to put it in the trash can, you know? I found the fleet. Well, it still hasn't burned off the way I would have hoped it might, but that's okay. We can go walk around anyway. Well, we're right back where we left off. This is Pier 26. We keep going that way. Hey look, it's art. I just saw there's a boardwalk trail over here that runs along the same trail by the river. So I'm gonna go and walk up here instead. That one might also be art, but it might just be a bench. It's hard to say. Maybe it's both. I don't know. Well, that's it for this boardwalk. Back to the regular trail. More art. Back that way we got Battery Park City and the two piers that we saw in the last video. Over here we're coming up on the vent shaft for the Holland Tunnel. That's that big thing out there at the end of that pier. There's a matching one over in New Jersey on the shore. There's one pier that goes out next to the vent shaft that you can actually walk out on, and then there's one that you can't. We had basketball courts back there, tennis courts right here. Lots of stuff to do. So right now we're heading north up along the Hudson River, here in the Hudson River Park. We'll head up and check out a couple more of those pier parks. This is Pier 40. It's that one that had "I want to thank you" written on the side of it. It's got some fields inside, a couple of big soccer fields, baseball, softball fields, and you can just see the top of it poking out. But there's actually an aerial acrobatics school that meets up there. It's so interesting to be watching one of your kids' games here and see them doing like trapeze stuff and high wire stuff. It's just interesting. It's New York. All right, the sun's starting to come out now. It's supposed to be hot today. It's supposed to get up to like 85, but it was like 50 this morning. So I'm gonna have to take off this fleece in a bit. These are interesting. I need to go find out what they are. Absolutely no indication. I thought they might be bathrooms, but I think they're just vent shafts for something else. Hey look, bathrooms. Here we are at the first of the piers for today. This is Pier 45. Again, I don't understand the pier numbering system. I'm sure that it lined up and at one time all these piers were here and they probably went in numerical order. That's why you got 25 and 26 next to each other over there. But there are a lot that are missing now. You can see the pilings for some of them out in the water there. And I've heard that those pilings are protected historical artifacts and that they can't take them out, which is pretty cool because they are part of history. This used to be a huge shipping place and all of these docks were very important. So Pier 45, not terribly exciting. Got a nice green strip that runs all the way down the pier and a walkway. We'll go out and check out the view. Well, it's a nice pier. Not as fancy as the last ones that we saw, but it's a pier. It's nice. Some people fishing over there. I'm not sure if that's allowed or not, but you know, cool. All right, we're gonna move on. I can already see Little Island over there, which I was going to save for another video. So we may be almost done here. I think there are a couple more piers in between here and there though. I decided to stop and preemptively take off my jacket before I turned into a sweaty mess. Next pier, Pier 46. This one also has some nice green space. It's artificial, but it's still green. It's Pier 46. I think that's where we were. 46, I think that's right. Here's one of the piers that's not here anymore, Pier 49. So the pilings are still out there, but no pier. They've remembered it with this cool little walkway that you can walk out over where the pier used to be though. Pier 51. It appears to be mostly just a playground. Yeah, it's a playground, but there's a walkway around the outside of it. And the fake front of a boat. You can recreate the famous Titanic scene right here. If you notice over there, we got an FDNY fireboat. And then next to it is the final stop on this trip. It's a new beach that they built. And look, more bathrooms. So this frame of a structure is art, and it alludes to an old warehouse that used to be here. This is pretty cool. Pier's got some field space too. So I've been calling this one a pier too, but this is actually a peninsula. The Gansevoort Peninsula. And the beach is on the other side of the fields here. Here are the fields. If we look off this side, that's Little Island, which is another park. I'm gonna hit that in a different episode. It's pretty cool. We're also over near a couple of the helipads. So constant helicopters flying back and forth over here. I think that's about it for this segment of the Hudson River Park. I'd be willing to bet there were bathrooms in there. Yes, they are, but they're closed. All right, let's find a subway. Time to head home. You can see the High Line over there. We've been there before. High Line. See, it's that iron facade. And by the way, we're back in the meatpacking district. I'm back up to the east side for some more fun on the Hudson River Parks. Be sure to check out all the old episodes already on the channel. Tell your friends about it, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.